Usapin, talakayin, opinyon, lilinawin kasama si Rocel Lopez, umaarangkada sa Spear Cyber TV.
Okay, mga kaibigan, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Welcome po sa Friday edition ng programang Utol, Usapin, Talakayin, Opinyon, Lilinawin dito lang sa Spear Cyber TV. At syempre, ako pa rin ang inyong magiging kasama, mga kaibigan, kakwentuhan, kajamming, kadabarkats, kakosa, katropa pips, Rocel Lopez. At siyempre kasama ko sa technical side si Joshua Mendoza. Bueno mga kaibigan, bago tayo pumunta at tumungo sa ating pag-uusapan ngayon, siyempre magpe-play na naman tayo ng isang video doon po sa isang dinalawang press conference. Ito po kaugnay doon pa rin sa mainit na issue about po sa prangkisa o sa franchise ng station o istasyon ng TV abs-cbn. Bueno mga kaibigan, siguro ko ay mamaya medyo pag-usapan natin, pero bago po yan ay magbatian portion muna tayo, yung dati natin ginagawa syempre. So unahin na natin mga kaibigan itong tambayang batch 85 ng Elisa Esguera High School. Syempre unahin natin si Bossing Arnel, Lisa at Celso Basilio, si Amor, Marisa Cruz, si Milet, Joselito Doji Dimla, Abner Libunao, sina Rodena, Isabel Luna, Lily Burgos, Sally Serapio, Romel de la Cruz, Jolly Cabigaw, Liz Lupisan, si Kagawad Winston Hilario ng Barangay Lungos, Neil Evangelista, Romel Reyes, Roger Yabilio, Joel Lapus, Nenita Labiano, Mary Grace Roque, Franco Octaviano, musician po ito, si Joel Francisco, si Roberto De Rojas, Odette Recio, si Alma Gungon, G. Serrano, Jen Cunanan, Kitz Manjares, si Arnel Estrada, si Marifi Torres, si Rembert Silvestre, Alex Pascual, Maruja Cruz, Fernando Felix, Abed Santiago, Alvin Eugenio, Aura Sofia Henota, si Julie Sobrevilla, si Joven Domingo, si Grace Lacson, Edgardo De Ocampo o Edgardo Ed De Ocampo at si Serby Padlan. So yan po mga kaibigan ng ating mga tropa pips ng Tambayang Batch 85 ng Elisa Esguera High School. At syempre yung ating mga Dabarkats dyan sa may area na Ilocos Norte po, sina Ma'am Jenny Dina Truel Lambaro, Michael Lazeril Pebenito, sina Ira at si Jenny ng Paraiso ni Aniben sa Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. At syempre yung aking mga relatives po sa may area naman ng Bataan, sina Tito Rick Santiago at anak niya si Al Santiago na nakabase po sa Orani Bataan Public Market. Aba, kung magagawi kayo, punta po kayo at masarap po ang kanilang pagkain doon, yung luto nila. Hanapin nyo lamang yung Al Karinderia sa Orani Bataan Public Market. Okay? At syempre, yung aking tita, kapatid ni Tito Rick, si Tita Meldy Santiago Angeles na nakabase naman sa Mabalacat, Pampanga. At syempre, yung ating mga tropa pips naman dyan sa may area ng Bulacan, sina Police Colonel Orlando Castil Jr., si Magno Frendol ng San Jose del Monte Prosecutor's Office, si Colonel Castil po ay siya po Chief of Police ng San Jose del Monte City sa Bulacan. Good afternoon. At siyempre yung aking kabats dyan, si Jaime Santos Pahaya, good afternoon. At mga taga Santa Maria, si Bayan Jogrades at asawa niya si Mimi Jogrades. At siyempre kanyang mga anakis na sina Charlotte, si Chuchay at yung isa pa. No? Good afternoon. Ayan. At gayon din yung ating mga kakosa naman dyan sa may area ng Tugatog, yung mga barangay kagawad dyan, sina barangay kagawad Sanidad at Pineda ng Tugatog Malabon, at siyempre si kagawad Nestor Rosita, si kagawad Gamayaw, si kagawad Quintos, at yung ating mga katropa dyan, si Kuya Danny at Demi Garcia, si paring Sherwin at si Ardi Montoya. Ayan, good afternoon po. At siyempre yung ating mga tropa naman na kagawad sa Maysilo, si kagawad Jerry Aquino, good afternoon. Siya pong may-ari ng Jamming Place sa Katmon, Malabon City. At siyempre yung kagawad nating kaibigan sa may Barangay Pulo, Valenzuela City, si Barangay Kagawad Ruben Almoiteli Chauco, si kagawad Bengbeng ng Barangay Pulo, Valenzuela City. Ayan po. At syempre yung aking mga tropa pips ng Rescue Rangers on the Road, sina Maxi de la Cruz, yung aking National Treasurer, at syempre yung mga officer natin, sina Paring General Arriesgado ng Barangay Pulo, at si Paring Enteng Diaz ng Barangay Tagalag, Valenzuela City. Ayan. At siyempre may nakalimutan pa ba tayo, yung si Daniel Valdez, yan po ang ating regular viewer at listener ng programang Utol dito sa Spear Cyber TV. Ayan. At siyempre sino pa ba? Yung ating mga tambayers dyan sa Sandigan Bayan, yung mga kakosa natin yan, sina Kuya Albert Abed de la Cruz, yan Chief ng Sandigan Bayan Sheriff Division, at kanya mga staff na sina Jomar Magdasok at Robert Esteban. Ayan. Good afternoon sa inyo dyan. Sino pa ba? Siyempre yung Tastoda sa may Tugatog po, yung Toda dyan, yung sa Quezon, sina Paring John Valenzuela, sina YB, tapos sina Ato, sina Paring Taba, sina Doy, yung iba pang mga katropa natin dyan na mga miyembro ng Toda, yan, sina Mase. Si Mase, alam ko nagkukuha na siya ng joyride, nag-aano siya ng joyride. Well, anyway, good afternoon po sa inyo. At syempre yung mga taga-PSTMO sa pangunguna ng kanilang hepe na si retired policeman Major Estelito Peñano, siya po Chief ng PSTMO ng Malabon City, at syempre sa lahat po ng mga staff na sa Grace Hilario, at syempre yung si Rodel Viola po ng CSU ng Malabon City. Good afternoon. At syempre lahat po, at yung kanyang Chief ng Operation si Ferdy Soco. Yan, good afternoon sa iyo, Boss Birds, at magandang hapon. Welcome sa programang Utol. Okay, so bueno mga kaibigan, baka wala tayong nakalimutan siguro, pero bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating pag-uusapang talakayin ay magpapakilala naman po ang ating himpilan, si Joshua, para malaman niyo kung saan kayong himpilang nakikinig at nanonood. Magbabalik po kami.
Nagbabasa ka pa ba ng dyaryo? Nakikinig ka pa rin ng radyo? Hindi na uso yan. Everything now is online. So, follow us. Like, watch, and share. Mga OFWs, narito na ang Spear Cyber TV worldwide. Napapanood kahit anong oras.
Hi guys, I'm Red.
Hi, I'm Valerie, and we're here for the Ocean Park. We'll be experiencing the BSD Lion Trainer program, so...
Say hi to them, I see.
Oh! That was a nice kiss. You should have one too. We should come back here, and this is a must-see attraction here in the Ocean Park. It's Christmas season, right?
Okay mga kaibigan, muli po ay nagbabalik po ang inyong lingkod, Rocel Lopez, dito pa rin sa programang Utol ng Spear Cyber TV. Bueno mga kaibigan, ngayon po ay pag-uusapan natin at tatalakayin at panonoorin po natin yung dinalawan natin yung press conference kung saan po ay meron po tayong mga video doon po sa naganap na Pandesal Forum. At dito po ay pinag-usapan nga yung about doon sa prangkisa ng abs-cbn kung saan po ang naging moderator po rito ay si Mr. Wilson Lee Flores, siya pong Pandesal Forum moderator. At syempre nandun din po si Buhay Party List Representative Lito Atienza, nandun din po si Professor Danilo Arao, siya Professor UP Diliman at Editor of Media Asia Journal and Bulatlat. At nandun din po si Ryan Martinez, siya nga Deputy Secretary General ng College Editors Guild of the Philippines. At nandun din si Renato V. Diaz, siyang former congressman at and political analyst panelist. At siyempre nandun din po si Ma'am Estrelita Juliano Tamano ng PICTAP. Siya po ang National Chair. At doon nga po sa talakayan, medyo masama po ang loob ni Ma'am Estrelita dahil sabi nga niya, dapat lang daw hindi na magkaroon ng prangkisa ng abs-cbn dahil marami siya sinabi, tulad na lang yung halimbawa doon sa black box na yan, yung TV Plus ay hindi raw po tama dahil hindi po sila bayad at wala po yung prangkisa, no? Hindi sila nagbabayad dahil at daw sa pay-per-view ay test broadcast lang daw. Siguro mga kaibigan ay tunghayan natin, panoorin nyo at pakinggan yung po naganap na talakayan dito sa Pandesal Forum dito sa May Kamuning Bakery sa Quezon City. Panoorin po natin mga kaibigan.
Be a long shot in the sense that right away we know for a fact that the U.S. through the Defense Secretary Casper and then also the U.S. State Department that this is a decision in the right direction, quoting the Defense Secretary. In short, this raises the question really of not only that yes, the President has very timely declared his preference for the termination of the VFA, but number two, is the Duterte administration prepared to face bigger challenges? And I think the bigger challenge here is that among many others is that if the assertion is very strong with regard to the termination of the VFA, regardless of the other factors, the U.S. and this is the reason why the Duterte administration should be prepared for this, is that one, it will invite strong diplomatic reaction and sanctions from the U.S. The diplomatic sanctions would include like limiting or even restricting visa applications to the U.S. It could even invite probably some retaliatory action against Filipinos living or working in the U.S. So that's one. Another possible retaliatory measure or action that will be coming from the U.S. is military sanctions. Of course, immediately we expect that there will be an immediate cut, if not total removal of U.S. military assistance, and that will, of course, draw reactions from the Philippine, especially from the Philippine military. Not to mention, of course, other economic sanctions like trade, trade embargoes or trade restrictions, as we have seen in the case of China and in so many other countries throughout the world. And they have the capability to do that, especially because right now I think the U.S. Congress is stuck with regard to foreign policy and military bases in the Philippines or military forces in the Philippines. They have a bilateral or bicameral thinking about this. Now, my second point is it is about time that at the very least, the VFA and other treaties or agreements with the U.S. should be reviewed. It's about time. It has been long, matagal nang nananawagan ng ilang mga sektor ng Pilipino na i-review. At some people have been calling, in fact, on these oversight committees of both the House and the Senate to review the treaties. The controversial thorny issues, I think, that will be raised in this possible review agenda would be is the VFA and for that matter other agreements with the U.S. Is it merely an executive agreement without the ratification of the Philippine Senate? For that matter, the MDT, the VFA, the EDCA, and the Mutual Logistics Support Agreement did not require a ratification to just show some kind of a reciprocal and clear view about this, did not require the ratification of the U.S. Senate. Sabi ng U.S., it's a given. whether it's ratified or not, it's still an agreement. But of course, that is a very controversial issue. My last point is that is the treaty system with the U.S. and the overall alliance system with the U.S. Between the Philippines and the U.S. is that beneficial to the Philippines. We have seen, of course, that particularly in the case of the BFA, there have been many irritants, particularly on the criminal jurisdiction by the Philippine courts. Remember the case of Jennifer Laude in 2004 and 2007, and then 2014, Nicole. And then there was this case of a 12-year-old child who was the victim of rape, although this was way back in 1987. The girl eventually died, and the American serviceman accused of the crime just ran scot-free, outside the arms of the Philippines. And there are many other cases that are not reported. I think it is not beneficial, and some military officials are already talking about this, that in the sense that it has made the Philippine armed forces more and more dependent on the U.S. Remember that the U.S. military has been here in the Philippines not only this year, not only last decade, but since 1947, and in fact for 100 years. The Philippine military has been so much dependent, not only in terms of operations, intelligence, surveillance, technology, etc., but also in terms of military training and so on and so forth, and cyber tactics, no? So this is something that is really a question to whether the Philippines really sovereign, is the Philippines really independent when its whole military policy or program is dependent on another country. I just wanted to point out some more, but I think I'll just defer to any forward questions that will be raised in this particular topic. Maraming salamat, Wilson.
Thank you very much, Professor Bobby Possum, for that enlightening and interesting analysis. Let's ask questions later on of Professor Bobby Possum and Mr. Montasiple. Next to speak for his opening statement, our only diplomat here sa panel, former Philippine Ambassador to the UN in Vienna, former Deputy Ambassador to the UN in New York, Ambassador Reynaldo Arcilla. Welcome, Ambassador. Suki pala ng bakery, hindi pa kayo pinanganak.
Thank you, Wilson. Opening statement lang.
Later on, people will ask questions. You can summarize what you want.
Well, to begin with,
Yeah.
I'd like to state for the record that I am against the presence of foreign military troops and bases in the Philippines. This has been my position even when I was in the Foreign Service, where I stayed for 36 years. And one of the reasons I decided to retire early, to join the private sector, and later to become the Dean of the College of Foreign Service of Lyceum University. Why am I against foreign military troops and bases in the Philippines? It runs counter to having an independent foreign policy, especially for a developing country. And this has been the reason, in my view, that we are now lagging behind many of our neighbors, some of whom have already surpassed us in terms of economic, political development. Pretty soon, even Cambodia, and of course Vietnam had already surpassed us. There's no question about it. Now, why am I against? As I said, it runs counter to the constitutional provision that the Philippines must have an independent foreign policy. That's one. Second, now that we have those, well, only two left, those agreements, is that it is against VFA, I'm referring to VFA and EDCA. They're both against Section 25, Article 18 of the Constitution, which in essence says that after 1991, when the US military...
It's a topic about media, a media company also that is quite famous, abs-cbn. The legal, political, and other ramifications of the issue. We are very fortunate here at Pandesal Forum. We have invited, starting from my left, later on I'll ask everyone to make their opening statement. I'll introduce them muna, then one by one they will give their opening remarks or opening statement. To my left is former Congressman Renato Diaz, not only a very outstanding legislator before, also a good businessman and analyst of politics and the Constitution and the law. He will help us understand what all these legal questions are all about. Ano ba yung franchise na yan? What's happening? Yung Quora lang to, I heard it the last time sa Chief Justice. Now it's again in the news. And also what is PDR and all those stories. And beside him, in the center, is I think one of the best mayors in Philippine history and of course in Manila, a very dynamic leader, Congressman Lito Atienza. Multi-talented siya, and I think we should in the future hope and pray he can become a future senator. Welcome to Congressman Lito Atienza. And also, last but not the least, we have with us Miss Estelita Juliano Camano. She is the national chairman of an association of cable TV. It's called Federation of International Cable TV and Telecommunication Association of the Philippines, or FICTAP, F-I-C-T-A-P. She is also the president of PICTO, P-I-T-O. Also, I heard she's the daughter of a famous mayor in Mindanao. Also with us here, but he's not talking, he's accompanying Miss Camano, is attorney Eusebio Lee there at the back. He is treasurer of FICTAP, F-I-C-T-A-P, and also the president of Mindanao Cable TV Association. So they will show these discussions through their cable TV, not only here but also in Mindanao. We are waiting for later on, we will start the discussions muna, but on the way, Professor Danilo Arao, he's Associate Professor of UP Diliman, Masscom, Journalism, editor also of two media entities, Media Asia Journal and Bulatlat. And another person on the way also, Deputy Secretary General of College Editors Guild of the Philippines, also from UP Diliman, Mr. Ryan Martinez, from the school of our favorite columnist here, Mr. Alex Magdo, Professor Alex Magdo. Let's start muna by inviting our speakers to give their opening statement. Our topic is abs-cbn. Is it going to be closed or not? Is it legal or not legal? What are the implications? Starting from the left, former Congressman Renato Diaz. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Morning, Wilson.
Nandito po ako dito dahil napukwentuhan lang kami last Tuesday sa Excel Channel. Naliligid na yung sinasabi ko. Kausap namin yung mga ibang reporters. Background-wise, nag-media rin ako. I was a host in Channel 4 for about a year or so in Haybayan. I had a program with the ANC for about 3.5 years, Interaction. And it was being aired 3 times a week. At 3 times a week, tuloy-tuloy. Then I served in Congress. I was Assistant Majority Leader. I was Chairman of Ways and Means. I'm now in investment consulting. I used to be in a group of companies, one of which is listed. And I'm now in strategic advocacy. And on this issue, I'm very much concerned because this involves many constitutional provisions, one of which is the limitation on what foreigners cannot do. There are certain provisions in the Constitution which reserve for Filipinos, 100%. Media is one, some are 60-40. So it's very important that these issues be addressed. And I think I will explain in the group what this Philippine Depositary Receipts will mean. I leave it at that. Siguro, pag-usapan muna natin yung issue ng franchise. Dati naman kami, ito, City Congressman on my left.
When is the deadline for the
Sana
franchise?
muna sa kanya.
Thank you very much, former Congressman Renato Diaz. Next to speak is Congressman Lito Atienza. Sir, what is the deadline and what is the situation of abs-cbn politically, legally sa Congress?
Thank you, Wilson, for organizing this forum. And I'm here to speak my piece on how I see things developing in our country. Yung abs-cbn franchise is not the sole issue on this particular discussion. Ang aking nakikinig-nita ay yung pagkawala ng visa ng ating Kongreso. Pagka itong paraan na kanilang sinusunod, where the franchise is not even being discussed, and the people in charge, including the Speaker, inuupuan nila yung issue, at baka dumating ang panahon, hindi na kailangan ng Kongreso dahil meron ng ibang umaksyon. Yan ay dinaanan natin. I passed the stage of pre-martial law and martial law period, and that's exactly how we lost our democracy. Now that we have regained it, I am defending the position that Congress must function. We must take out the franchise. Whether you are for or against is not material to me. But Congress must act now. Why? Trabaho namin yan. Yan ay mandato ng konstitusyon ng ating bansa. Ang Kongreso, ang tanging ahensya na mangangalaga ng pagtanggap ng application for a franchise, granting, canceling, suspending, renewal, Kongreso po yan. Hindi po ako naniniwala na ang Korte Suprema ang dapat makialam dito. Lalo hindi ko po mapapayagan ang nakikita kong hindi pagganap ng tungkulin ng Committee on Franchises at ng mga sinasabi ng Speaker na hindi niya aksyon ito dahil hindi rin importante. The ABS issue is a very important, urgent matter. Then, mag-ihiwalay na naman kami. Para sa kanya, hindi urgent yung matter na yan. I hope one day he doesn't find himself on the other side of the fence. Pagka sinagot siya ng gobyerno, hindi ko importante. So therefore, we will not take the act. The issue of the franchise is an important and urgent matter because it ends on March 30, 2020, today, this year. Kapag hindi nasyonan, ang mananaig dyan ay yung Korte Suprema. Dahil nakikinig-init ako, hindi makakapag-function ng ABS na ang sinasabi nila, pwede naman sila mag-apply sa NPC. Ang NPC, for your information, is under the office of the President. And for your information, the President has already declared, I will not grant it.
So therefore, what is there to expect from the NTC? At the refusal, alam ko naman isasagot na NTC. Ba, hindi ko very assured yan. May kaso kayo sa Supreme Court. In other words, nagpapasapasahan ng bola. Ang mangyayari dyan, walang aksyon. Pag walang aksyon, magsasara ang ABS. I don't want ABS just close down na hindi pinagbutuhan ng Kongreso. We should meet on it, we should discuss it, and we should debate on it, and ilabas lahat ng mga issue. Kung sino man ang kontra, magsalita, at yun ang suporta, magsalita, at pagkatapos pagbubutuhan kami. Kung sino ang mananaig, yun ang dapat gawin. If it is rejected by Congress, it should close down. If it is approved by Congress, it should continue functioning. If you ask me, dahil ay pinalalabas ng mga sektor. Dahil kung ang pag-uusapan natin ay yung issue nila, mawawala tayo sa direksyon na kung ano magaling para sa ating bayan. We must defend the Constitution at all costs. We will celebrate and commemorate EDSA on February 22-25. On those days, we restored Congress. We regained democracy. And if we do not do and perform our task as members of Congress, as I urge all our members, baka mawala na naman ang ating demokrasya at titingin-tinginan tayo lahat dahil maaaring gawin lahat ito kung hindi natin gagawin ang tungkulin natin. The executive, the legislative, the judiciary should strengthen itself. My position is very simple. Strengthen Congress and make Congress move so that we can contribute in nation building. Kung hindi rin nagagalaw ang Kongreso, I urge all of them. Magsara na tayo. At wala naman tayong silbi. And as I challenge the chairman of the Committee on Franchises, kung hindi ka magtatrabaho, magtutulog ka. Hindi pwede natutulog ka. Ayaw mo magtrabaho, wala kami apektado. Ang buong bansa. Chairman, Congressman Franz Alvarez. And I challenge the Speaker. If you do not want to work, we want to work. If you cannot multitask, we can do it. Kasi sabi niya, marami kami nasikaso. Marami kami pinagkakabalahan. Hindi lang issue rito. Ang issue rito, we, as the Congress of the Philippines, we have the duty to perform our work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Congressman Lito Piensa, for your opening statement. Next to speak is Estelita Juliano Tamano, National Chairman, Federation of International Cable TV and Telecommunication Association of the Philippines. Your opening statement about ABS-CBN and what is your involvement, what is your encounter with the issue?
Thank you very much, Jason. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Ito po ang kauna-unahan ko na makarating dito sa inyong kapihan. Ako'y nagpapasalamat at kami ay nakuligaw. Ako nga po ay si Estelita Juliano Tamano. I am from Cotabato City. I operate my cable TV system as Maliga House Sky Cable in Cotabato City and Maligan. Ako po yung national chairman ng asosasyon. We have 600 members nationwide from Batangas City. Kami po ang the only one na nag-oppose doon sa franchise na hinain ng ABS-CBN noong 2014 during the 16th Congress. I remember the chairman of the franchise committee that time is Marcelino Togo. Umattend po kami ng hearing dahil sa bagay na naipilalaman sa alteration ng kanilang franchise. Kaya nung natatandaan ko, 2014 nung nagtatawag ang 16th Congress ng grupo ako at maraming umatendo na congressmen ng member ng franchise committee. Nagsalita ho yung sponsor na natatandaan ko si Congressman Gabaw ng Santiago City at saka po nagsalita din yung ibang mga congressman ng sinusuportahan nila for the immediate approval of the franchise of ABS-CBN. Pero nagsalita po yung chairman na ang sinasabi at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, ang sabi ni chairman ng Congress ng Franchise Committee, we cannot approve at this point in time the renewal of abs-cbn because we have a resource speaker, Estelita Villano Tamano, the national chairman of the Federation of Cable TV Association of the Philippines. Kaya sabi niya, we will schedule for another hearing. Subalit naghintay kami, wala nang hearing na naganap hanggang natapos yung 16 August. Kaya hindi po na-approve yung application ng abs-cbn noong 2014-16 po. Now, kami din po yung nag-o-oppose sa kanila. Bakit? Dahil ang abs-cbn is just a test broadcast. Kaya yung sinasabi nila na meron silang permit, wala po silang permit. Ang permit nila is test broadcast only. Now, yung pay-per-view na sinasabi dun sa Comaran po, hindi po pwede yun because abs-cbn is free for all the Filipino people. Free to air po sila, hindi sila pay TV. Ang cable TV ay pay TV. Meron kaming lisensya naman. Sila wala silang lisensya, test broadcast lang yung kanila. Kaya dapat hindi sila naniningil nung binigay, nung nilabas nila yung kanilang black box. Ginagawa nila, dahil test broadcast, ginawa nila yung mga bumili ng GDP. Dahil test broadcast lang ang kanilang permit na nakuha sa NPC. Ganun pa man, bawal silang mag-pay-per-view. Nagpalabas din sila ng Manny Pacquiao Mayweather fight noong 2015. Nag-advertise sila doon sa Shopee, doon sa Lazada, doon sa marami pang ibang advertisement nila kay Sarah Geronimo. Ino-post namin yun dahil bawal silang mag-pay-per-view test broadcast. Pinadalang sila ng sulat ng NPC. Cease and desist from showing Pacquiao Mayweather fight. In spite of that, may receive copy po kami na natanggap ng abs-cbn yung cease and desist from NPC. Subalit, pagdating ng linggo, ipinalabas pa rin nila yung Mayweather Pacquiao fight na hindi nila pinansin yung sulat sa kanila ng NPC. At sumulat na naman kami sa NPC, nagsumbong na naman kami na nagpalabas sila. Kaya nag-hearing kami doon sa NPC, kasama yung kanilang lawyer. At doon nag-away na kami. Ang sabi ko, bakit kayo nagpalabas na wala kayong lisensya? Ang sabi sa akin, bakit? Yung lawyer nila. Bakit? Kailangan gustong kumita sa Manny Pacquiao Mayweather fight? Sabi ko, may lisensya kami. Pwede kami magpalabas. Kayo, wala kayong lisensya. Test broadcast lang kayo. Bakit kayo magpalabas? Hindi na siya kumita. So yan po ang aming hinaing. Kaya pag tinawag yan sa Congress o kaya Senate, yung i-hearing, yung abs-cbn, babalikan po namin, mag-o-oppose na naman kami because during the time, kami lang pong asosasyon, kami ang micro, small, and medium cable operator operating nationwide from Batanes to Holo. Bago kami makakuha ng lisensya as cable TV operator, 5 years to 6 years. Dumadastos kami ng abogado, ng engineer, finance, 5 to 6 years. So, bakit sila abs-cbn gusto nilang mag-shortcut? Kaya nga, yan po, kung ano yung tatanong nyo, masasagot ko, mamaya sa inyo lahat. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Thank you very much, Ms. Estelita Juliano Tabano of Federation of International Cable TV and Telecommunication Association of the Philippines. Now we have with us naman, we are very diverse dito sa Pandesal Forum. We are not partisan and very diverse. Iba-ibang opinion and views. That's why we welcome our speakers to be frank and open. We invited CEGP next. Yes, Yes, we welcome naman next a young journalist from UP Diliman, also Deputy Secretary General of the College Editors Guild of the Philippines. I think this is the oldest media organization for students. Mr. Ryan Joseph Martinez, for your opening statement about the abs-cbn issue.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. For the College Editors Guild of the Philippines, we take a firm stance on the issue of abs-cbn and other media organizations that it is not a problem or an attack to the freedom of the press. We have seen this tactic before. We have seen this tactic against the abs-cbn. So, as part of the civil society organization, CGP, the oldest alliance of campus journalists, as well as part of the media organization, Media Sphere, we see this as an issue of press freedom, as well as an issue of democratic rights. But we also see the issue of abs-cbn being the largest supposedly public, media organization in the country, as also an issue of the workers of abs-cbn who are threatened to lose the tenure of their jobs. So, sa malinaw na salita, ang issue ng abs-cbn sa amin ay una, nagsaset ito ng president din dahil nga nakikita natin na inaatake yung isa sa mga malalaking organisasyon ng media sa bansa. Kung nakita natin na kung nagbanta o actually ngayon na hanggang ngayon ay patuloy na inaatake yung Rappler bilang isang media organization dahil naglalabas ito ng mga critical expose o pahayag na mga issue na nakikita ng gobyerno na parang hindi ito umaayon sa kanyang pinapalabas. Yung abs-cbn as well as ay ganoon din na bilang sinabi nga na bakit ito pinapasara dahil hindi daw in-air yung isa nitong political advertisement na naglabas, ulit-ulit na naglalabas ng pahayag ang opisina ng Presidente, si Duterte, ng banta sa abs-cbn, sa ilang mga broadcasters nito, maging sa may-ari nito, na i-shut down o tigilin. So, itong ginagawa ni Duterte, bibigay ng matinding pressure, lalo na sa kasalukuyang kalagayan ng press freedom sa ating bansa, ay patuloy pa rin ang mga atake, atake sa iba't ibang media organization. Ngayon, simula 2016, nakikita natin na yung platform o yung legal na pamamaraan ay inaabuso, binabaluktot para ipakita o ipalabas na kahit sino man na maglabas ng kritikal na pahayag o sino man na hindi nagugustuhan ng administrasyon ay kaya nitong supilin, kaya nitong tutulan. Sa mga iba't ibang media organizations naman, dahil nga ang abs-cbn ay kinoconsider natin na mainstream, isa itong malaking media organization, nakikita naman natin yung sitwasyon din, lalo sa mga alternative media, even katulad ng mga campus journalists. So ang issue nito ay malalim din para sa laban ng College Editors Guild of the Philippines. Dahil kung titignan natin na bagamat hawak namin ay mga campus journalists, kapag graduate sila o lumabas sila sa mga universidad, ang mga media organizations ang pangunahin na sumasalo sa mga talento ng ating mga mag-aaral. Kaya nakita namin yung ugnayan ng issue ng manggagawa, issue ng mga workers, issue ng mga media practitioners sa issue ng abs-cbn at issue ng iba't ibang media organization. Dagdag pa dito ay yung mga patuloy na atake. Yung nakikita natin sa abs-cbn ay isang magandang example ng legal attacks o yung parang tinatawag na law warfare o lawfare na tinataguyod ng ating kasalukuyang pamahalaan. Pero sa mga iba't ibang media organization, realidad yung issue ng harassment, issue ng libel, issue ng even death threats, and even to go so far as to kill journalists at who constantly report or bridge issues from the community to the masses. So, yung issue, sa amin, ang position namin sa kasalukuyang position namin sa issue na ito ay ipagtanggol o i-respect, i-uphold ang issue ng press freedom sa ating bansa. Gamitin ang mga pangunahing democratic platforms. Katulad nga nung nasabi kanina na ang issue, kung ito ay issue ng franchise, ay ipasaloob yung issue na ito sa Kongreso dahil sino naman yung pangunahin na tumutugon dito. Yung pag-subvert ng issue to the Solicitor General and to the Supreme Court is a bypass. It is a shortcut to suppression of freedom in our country. So, I can get it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ryan Joseph Martinez of CEGP for your opening statement. Last but not the least, we have with us UP Professor Danilo Arao for his opening statement about the abs-cbn issue. Let us try to be concise na para may chance maraming tanong for the I thank you, Professor, for coming, even despite the short notice.
Of course, this is an issue not just of press freedom, but also of rights and welfare of workers. And we have to remember that there is a pattern of media harassment and intimidation dating back even to May 2016. Yes, May 2016, that is before Duterte assumed office. When he made public remarks about journalists who are corrupt and at the same time deserving to die as a result of corruption and not mainly because of the atmosphere of the culture of impunity. And way back in 2017, we recall the State of the Nation address, again, Duterte, where he said that the Philippine Daily Inquirer, Rappler, and abs-cbn are said to be either foreign-owned or very biased against him. So this is one of the first time that we have a president, a sitting president, using a public platform like the State of the Nation address to issue attacks against the media. These are attacks. These are not constructive criticisms. Through the years, we've had presidents who would say that this newspaper or this particular network would be unfair in terms of coverage. That's par for the course, so to speak, in the sense that past presidents would only go to the extent of criticizing specific coverage of issues. But now, the accusations are real. Even Philippine depository receipts are being used to claim foreign ownership, even with the definition put forward by the PSE or the Philippine Stock Exchange, instead of this to the effect that these are just simply investment instruments. So the situation of abs-cbn, particularly the probable non-renewal of franchise, should be seen in the context of the weaponization of laws and the maximization of the full state machinery to harass and intimidate the media. And lest we forget, more than 160 journalists or more than 180 journalists, depending on the statistics of your preference, whether from CMFR or LUJP, have been killed since 1986. More than a dozen have been killed under this administration. So this is also another aspect of impunity that we have to look at, aside from the fact that there is a real pattern as well of red taping, not just of activists, but also of journalists, particularly those working in the alternative media. So we have that kind of a situation. And while our focus is on abs-cbn, our demand is really to defend press freedom. In many of the protest actions, we don't hear phrases like defend abs-cbn that often. Because we realize that abs-cbn, as being part of the dominant media, would be far from perfect in terms of coverage and in terms of how it treats its workers. But whether or not it amounts to the closure of this particular network is a different matter altogether, and that is why we have to stand in defense of press freedom. Yun lang po, maraming po salamat.
Thank you very much, Professor Danilo Arao. Before we open the floor to the media, there's a question from the back. Tinext sa akin ngayon lang. Paki-explain lang, kasi pinento ni Professor Danilo Arao about yung PDR and Pocolanto. Kasi hindi ako lawyer, I'm not a lawyer. For ordinary people, what does this mean? And may basis pa ang government or the to do these things? Can people here comment?
Well, my background is corporate. It's being cited in the co-warrant. It's a violation of the constitutional provision that media must be 100% Filipino-owned and 100% Filipino money. Assuming regulated sila, that's another matter. The issue is, did abs-cbn violate that? Okay? In their own submissions, because I was researching on the internet, nakalagay doon, they issued Philippine depository receipts. Okay. What does it mean? Ang ginawa nila, mayroong holding corporation, abs-cbn Holdings, which owns control of ABS corporation. That mother corporation of investing corporation issued PDRs, equivalent 1 PDR, 1 share. Okay?
Ano ang PDR? Sorry for
It's a financial instrument. Depository, you give the money to a trustee, and the trustee, under certain conditions, you're entitled to that. Okay? So, question. Is this a violation of the 100% ownership? This 100% ownership, sabi nila, hindi naman bumoboto eh. Bakit? Nakalagay ba sa Constitution, kailangan voting for ownership. So that's the issue. That has to be resolved by the Supreme Court. Kasi kahit anong sabihin natin dito, at the end of the day, my friend, ang mag-decide dito sa issue to, Supreme Court and Congress. Pag hindi nag-akang Congress mo sa franchise, by March 30, ang feeling ko, my opinion is game over. Why? Can anybody air without a franchise? The answer is no. In the name of press freedom, no. Okay? Ayun. Yung nagsasabi na pwedeng tumuloy. Kasi in the past, pwedeng tumuloy. I personally disagree. Kasi pag wala ka, para kang base, pag na-revoke yung franchise mo, paano kang papasada? Uhulihin ka. Ngayon, may mga naka-alusip ng araw, hindi sila hinuli. Does not give you a vested right to do it. Lalo na, merong co-warrant to petition eh. The lawyer of government already said may violations ka, as was cited by the former speaker, and you violated the 100% ownership. Ibig sabihin, even if Congress gives you a franchise, you're not qualified. Ngayon, may narinig ako, nagre-reklamo, at daw may co-warrant ko. That is, in the Constitution, the power of the Supreme Court. In the Constitution, is the power of the sovereign. So that's a legal issue. But ang proofs of that issue is the PDR. Pag sinabi ng Supreme Court, that is a violation of the 100% game over. Ngayon, ang danger dito, pag sinabi ng Supreme Court, hindi, then what's to prevent me, say I'm a foreigner, I put up the same PDR and I buy all the land. Or I violate the constitutional 60-40 on public utility. So it's a much bigger issue. Hindi lang abs-cbn yan. It pertains to what was mandated by the 1987 Constitution, that certain areas of business, media, public utility, mayroong ownership requirement. In some, it's 60-40. In media, it's 100%. So, pwede ba yung 1-2% of the foreign? I don't know. That will depend on the justices. So, on the franchise naman, I've been in Congress for 6 years. I will give my opinion. I don't think natatapos sila by March 10. That's my opinion. When you have a seat in Congress by now.
gusto ko malaman sa ano ang magiging bunga ng mga ito.
Ano tingin niyo, Congressman?
I call it a razzle-dazzle game of Speaker Cayetano and Congressman Lopez. In reality, they are refusing to work. That's what I am denying to you. Lahat na ito pinag-usapan natin dito, dapat sa Kongreso pinag-usapan ito. Yung pati yung kuha natin, dapat sa Kongreso yun.
Ayaw pa pag-usapan sa Kongreso? Ayaw pag-usapan?
Ayaw eh, ayaw gusto niyo usapin.
Ano daw reason?
Wala, marami rin kaming trabaho. To me, that is despicable. That is condemnable. When Congress says, we can handle a very important matter because we have to attend to so many things. Kaya hamon ko sa kanila, kung hindi niyo magawa ang trabaho, mag-isara kayo. Dami gusto magtrabaho ang congressman eh. Hindi pwede yung hindi kami makapagtrabaho dahil ang dami namin inaasikaso. The franchise issue is more important than one franchise for a network in the province. We are talking about the national network of ABS, which has been part and parcel of many Filipinos' lives. It has been around before martial law, after martial law, and up to the present. So my point is, you cannot just set it aside and say, marami akong trabaho, I'm busy. Eh kung busy ka, speaker, di bumaba ka muna. There are many other congressmen who are probably more capable than you to handle the task of many, many responsibilities without saying, I'm busy with one, I cannot handle the other. What will happen here is that March 30, the franchise ends, kaya ko sinabi razzle-dazzle. So, they have been made to believe that all you need now is a special permit and you can continue. Ang sabi ni Speaker Cayetano, they're good up to 2022, 18 Congress. That's not legally tenable because pag wala kang prangkisa, tapos na ang lisensya mo. Pag wala na yung lisensya mo sa mga pagmaneho, hindi ka pwede magmaneho, hindi pwede extend dito until my next birthday. Who said so? Sabi ni Fiscal, hindi pwede yun. So what will be, the ABS will be told, you go and get a permit. Well, NTC. NTC is the office of the president. So they will apply to President Duterte for a special permit. Ano yung sasagot ng President Duterte? Putang ina mo, sinabi ko na, ayoko sa inyo. Dito po ang usapan. At saka isa pa, may kaso kayo sa Korte Suprema, sikasunin mo muna yun before I even act on your report. So therefore, they'll be given a runaround. In the end, ABS will close down. I don't want the process being followed. It's not democratic. It's not in accordance with our specific responsibilities. Umaasa ang taong bayan sa atin. Ito din natin ang ating tungkulin. Kung kayo ba ay nasa privado, kayo ay nasa gobyerno, kayo ay nasa executive, legislative, kami sa kongreso, kailangan magtrabaho kami. Yung ayaw magtrabaho, ang laki-laki ng pinto ng kongreso, lumabas na kayo, bigay niyo sa Alex Magno ang posisyon para maging mas patino ang ating kongreso. There are many competent Filipinos and more patriotic Filipinos who can serve better than those who do not want to work and just following orders blindly like a herd of sheep kung saan ituturo ng pastol doon tatakbo. Sabihin na natin ang totoo sa taong bayan. Ayaw niyo aksyonan dahil takot kayo. At ayaw ninyong sumubay sa sinasabi ng ating Pangulo. At pagka ganyan tayo ng ganyan, sara na natin ang Kongreso. I urge the closure of Congress kasi wala naman pala kami epekto eh. Rather than be accused of inaction, incompetence, and lack of knowledge of my work, I'd rather see a Congress that is closed down by a strong man who will tell now the whole country, I am Congress. Nangyari na yan, napanood na natin yan, ayokong panuorin ulit. Thank you.
Wala bang plano talaga o schedule to kahit na even start the hearing on the... Curious lang ako, walang plano or naka-schedule kahit na March 20, March 18?
The application was filed last November.
Last November.
Up to now, not one page has been read. The committee has not even read. The committee has not even met.
Normally, in other situations, usually gano'ng katagal may ganyan na?
Usually, pag-file mo, naka-calendar ka na.
Usually.
Oo. Lahat ng nakita ko mga yun, kinonsider nilang prakisa, pati mga house show. Pero nangangako na bibigyan ng electricity, cheaper electricity ang buong bansa through solar energy. Bigyan. Walang kapitalisation. Anak ng senadora. Meron na-apply ng water supply. Hindi na pinag-usapan kung may karangalan, kung may ability to deliver. Binigyan. You can see that Congress is now deteriorating into a family chamber of commerce. I hate it. I don't want it. I fought hard for our democratic rights. February 25 is the day we should all stop and think. Where do we want to take ourselves to? Tayo ba'y handa ng maging sunod-sunuran o nais natin pagpatuloy ang ating pinaglabang demokrasya? Because the issue is much more than that. We are busy or he's busy.
17 steps. Pag hindi, power ng chairman yun. Power ng chairman yun. Pag hindi na kinalandar sa committee, yung bill na gusto mo, magpahinog ka.
Personal opinion lang niya. Kung gusto niya, ayaw na.
That's why he's chairman. Magputuhan kayo against him. But the fact that he was placed there means the ruling group placed him there.
Yes.
So, more often than not, pag nagputuhan, sasama yun doon. I know, I was assistant majority whip nung araw, nung ando na po. Pag economic legislation, ang signal, pag tumayo o sumuporta, lahat ng majority coalition must vote. That's the only way you perform. 300 congressmen yan eh. So, anybody else, opinion lang yun. But kung makukuha mo majority, ang dami mo paglulusutan dyan. O sige, pinag-usapan nyo sa hearing. Merong mag-a-attend, mag-a-attend. Pag nanalo, ina-report yan sa floor. Dadaan ka na naman sa committee of rules. Pag hindi kinalagyan ng majority leader, goodbye ka. Okay? So, pag nakapasa ka doon, debate, second or third reading. Pag nakalusot ka doon, aakyat ka ngayon sa Senado where the same thing will happen. And finally, nakapasa na yan. Diba lahat ng batas, pipinamahan ng Presidente. Sinabi na hindi ko ayaw ko eh. So he can veto eh.
He could veto also. I forgot. Kahit na ipasayan pala, kung ayaw niya, tama ka lang.
That's right, under the Constitution. Sabihin niya, alam mo na yan. May kuwarang nga kami. May reklamo nga eh. It's not an arbitrary reason.
Bakit ngayon ang in-apply October? Based kung may 17 steps ka, nag-curious ako. Bakit October lang in-apply ito? Ang tagal pala gawin ang approval na kapag tama si Mr. Mano. Why did they only apply now? Why not 1 year ago, 2 years ago? Nag-curious ako. Bakit na?
16 Congress kami nag-file ng opposition.
Why?
Tapos hindi sila na-approve. Okay, 17 Congress, bakit hindi sila nag-file?
Para Professor, alam niya, because bakit sila ganyan late na nag-file? Kasi 17 steps, wala kumuha ng...
Well, of course, abs-cbn will be in a better position to talk about it and ask its spokesperson in any way. But suffice it to say that when it comes to recognizing the law and the pattern of harassment and intimidation, we cannot deny it. I would tend to agree with Sir that the issue goes beyond abs-cbn. Definitely it is. And there are alleged violations of the law. That's true. But at the same time, we also have to look at the notion of obeying the law. That is most ideal in any situation. But please, again, there is something problematic in obeying laws that would tend to be weaponized by the current administration. Because the weaponization happens whenever there are certain situations where media are being subjected to attacks using certain legal mechanisms like PDRs, like tax evasion cases allegedly, and other things. So the fact that in the case of Raptor, there are more than a dozen cases, so there's more than enough reason to look at the pattern of impunity and look at how laws, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, are being weaponized right now. Yeah, you're allowed to speak. Okay naman, sir.
Thank you very much. Parehong professor ng UP. But you have to come here kasi people have to see you. Kasi kami na. Dito, okay, sir. At least you can comment ano. Pareho naman kayo professor ng UP. Sir, dito. Kasi thank you. Very interesting. We are, dito lang ho, sir. Dito yan. Okay, sir. Si Professor Alex Magno. Na pinagpangalan din ang the issue. Can you please enlighten us?
Diba yung basis ng modern law, Roman law, no? At cardinal sa Roman law,
Yung Duralex said Lex.
Which is,
I
explain
know
in
it
English.
might be harsh, but it is the law.
Yes.
Tulad ng sinabi kanina, it
I agree.
with the nationalist provisions.
Na
Ito,
overly.
stupid yun.
Yes,
Pero yun ang batas eh. Yan, itong all this talk about weaponizing the law, parang you want the law to be elastic. Hindi pwede yun. Eh, elastic na eh. Dahil may pro-people ka pa rin. May pro-people ka pa rin. Hindi pwedeng relativistic ang batas. Ang batas, kailangan sundin. Otherwise, wala ka ng rule of law. At ang batas dito na tinatalakay natin, 100% Filipino ownership of all mass media.
Even Telecom, I think.
Well, of course, it's an obsolete provision in the age of internet. No? It's stupid to begin with, now it's obsolete. It's obsoletely stupid. But it is the law. And the reason, the only way we can do anything about that is to change the Constitution and remove all these stupid nationalist provisions. That is the cause of our poverty.
Yes.
Pero hindi ko matatanggap yung i-relativize mo yung batas. Susundin ko yung batas kung gusto ko. Kung hindi na tayo makakapag-road clearing dahil yung mga sidewalk vendors na naghahanap buhay dyan.
Posible yung mga ganon. Kasi we have to look at it this way. Why are laws being enacted? Diba? Those who have less in life should have more in law, right? So of course, it may be normative, it may be relativistic, but we cannot afford to weaponize certain provisions so that we can maximize it toward harassment and intimidation. There's a difference between rule of law and the law of the ruler, and rule of law and rule by law. So those semantics are not just simply words. We have to make sure that Duterte will be really put in check regarding the abuses that he's committing against the media. Yun lang naman po.
Siguro pasok na rin yung opinion ko as a...
Mr. Martinez, CGP.
Yes, pero... Pero aside from being a journalist, I also graduated sociology. And kasi yung discussion natin ngayon napupunta na dun sa, this is the legal process, this is the proper avenue. When we talk about the legal jurisprudence, then may set of laws yan. Pero we also have to unpack yung, what is the function of law in this current society, and how is it being used by, kung paano nito natin nakikita. And to give an opinion as a psychologist, we have to ask kung ano yung function ng law, and it is to establish kung ano yung normative sa ating society. So kung ngayon, i-apply natin yun na ano yung normative, nakikita na natin yung normative ngayon ay normative to those who are in the Congress, to those who rule. Sabi nga ni Sir, there's a difference between the law of the rule and the law of the ruler and the rule of law. Yung nakikita natin ngayon, sad to say, na tama din si Professor, na Congress has become a rent-seeking avenue, a business club actually, ng mga elites and those who are more in life. What we want, and as CGP naman, to represent is what is the public opinion? What is the opinion of civil society? And dun nga papasok yung essential na if we are, may mga propositions that we should change the Constitution or we should change the Congress, the composition of the Congress. Medyo,
Balik lang tayo sa issue. Who represents the people? An NGO or Congress? Under our rules, the Constitution specifies a certain form. Majority rules. Nag-eleksyon, ito yung mga nanalo until the end of their term, rightly or wrongly, we have to rely on their judgment and their decision. I disagree with some of the things that they're doing, but I am one. Majority is not how I feel.
majority in a democracy, deliberative, unless I become the dictator of the Philippines. Yan naman ang problema. Kasi, opinions will vary. For example, pag nirelax mo yung media, where do you stop? Why media? Why not mining? Why not real estate? Why not telecom? Why not public utilities? Di ba? Ngayon, what is the bigger context? Ngayon lang ako nakakita ng presidente. Tinalo lahat. Tinalo yung mayayaman. Parang ang mahirap, hindi mo masyado Parang kasi pinakabay ang kapulisan. But even if it's illegal, it cannot be tolerated So nung sinabing bawal yung obstruction, so long as you're implementing it universally, I think that's fair. Pero pag sinabi mo, ay mayaman ka, hindi doon.
Ngayon lang 18 Congress sila, nag-verify at saka sasabihin nila, wala ng panahon, March 31, March 31. Pinamana mo, 17 Congress, wala silang ginawa. Doon sa opposition namin, na alteration, yung kanilang original franchise channel. Because one franchise, one channel. Ngayon, nilagay nila channels, dinagdagan nila ng channels. Ganon ka-importansya ang a single word. Anong ibig sabihin ng channels? Maraming channel. Kung nakalusot sila na na-approve nung 16 Congress, ma-justify yung kanilang mahiwagang black box na napakaraming channel. Ngayon, tingnan ninyo ang NPC ng batas. Bawat isang TV station o radio station, isa lang ang pwede sa bawat munisipyo, sa bawat syudad. Hindi pwede marami kang istasyon sa bawat lugar. Now, yung mahiwagang black box, bakit ang dami-daming channel doon? Hindi dapat yun. Dapat ang ginagawa nung nag-digitization sa ibang bansa, lalo ang Japan, ang inuhan natin technology, ISDBP, Japan technology. Anong ginawa doon? Pag nag-digital ka, yung isang channel mo magiging 7 channel. Yung analog to digital magiging 7. Depende kung HD o kaya standard definition. Now, sa Japan, kinukuhang lahat yan. At sa ibang bansa, lahat ng channel na yan, ibabalik lang sa iyo yung isang channel na pinahiram sa iyo ng gobyerno. Yan dapat, hindi katulad ngayon. Ayaw nilang ibigay. Inaari nila lahat ng channel after digitization. Yan ang mahiwagang black box. Na test broadcast, walang permit yan. Ang permit lang nila ay test broadcast. Wala yang lisensya.
Thank you, Ms. Cabano, for that. Hindi tayo eksperto. Sir, ma'am, sabi ka 600 ang members nyo nationwide. So, hindi lang pala ABS, taka ibang ang may cable. Marami pang cable companies nationwide.
Yes. Yung 600 cable operators, we have 24,000 employees versus 11,000 ng ABS-CBN. Dahil naapektuhan kami nung ginagawa nila, paano yung 24,000 employees namin na mawawalan din ng trabaho? Iyan talaga mga hirap sa mga countryside. Paano yun? Bakit ganon? Na sila lang ang may 11,000, mas marami ang cable operators nationwide. Kami mawawala ng hanap buhay. Kami nag-apply 6 years sa NTC para lang nagkaroon ng lisensya maka-operate ng cable TV. Tapos sila shortcut lang, ganyan lang, kikita ng pera. Samantalang nung nag-question ako sa kanila, sabi nung abogado na may experience sa akin, si Atty. Montero, yung hearing namin sa NTC. Bakit? Kayo lang bang gustong kumita ng Mayweather Pacquiao fight? Dahil kako kami ay may lisensya. Kayo wala kayong lisensya. Illegal kayo. Hindi siya nakasagot sa atin. Basta test broadcast. Hindi sila dapat kumikita ng pera sa test broadcast. Masyadong napakalaking kasalanan yung ginawa nila sa ating pamahalaan.
May tanong. Thank you very much, Ms. Tamano, for that interesting talk. Very eloquent pala kayo katulad ni Senator Tamano. Widow sila. Baka may tanong ang media ay si Professor Alex Magdo, favorite columnist ko, especially sa politics. Napakagaling. Professor Magdo, please ask the question. of the panelists.
Comrade
Yes.
Diaz siguro
Yes.
PBR.
Pag-i-explain mo,
Actually,
Peter.
ang tingin ko, yung Kongreso, focus nga kami dito, yung Kongreso is now stopped from acting. Kasi yung co-warrant of petition raises a constitutional issue. The Congress cannot adjudicate on that. That is entirely the domain of the Supreme Court. And unless the Supreme Court rules on this, walang ano. Personally, I think, although biktima din ako ng censorship ng abs-cbn, panda ko for, pina-audit ko yung behest loads nila. Pero pala doon. Nung plebiscite debate pa lang, posisyon ko na, stupid yung nationalist provision sa Constitution. But it is the Constitution. It is in effect. So, whether or not stupid yung nationalist provisions na yun, nandun siya ang Constitution natin. At dahil doon, kailangan masettle muna yung PDR, yung financial instrument.
Gusto ko yung line nyo nga.
Channel 7, yung Channel 5,
TV5.
Philippine Star.
Hindi lang media networks, may mga iba pang kumpanya.
Ibang kumpanya pa.
Actually, yung PDR, talagang in-invent yan ng mga mahuhusay nating abogado para i-circumvent yung nationalist provision. Mahusay yung mga abogado na malaking industriya yan.
So,
how to
PDR
circumvent the nationalist provisions in the Constitution. So, this is the opportunity to clarify that. And unless the Supreme Court clarifies that, no one can act. My own advocacy is, itong mga franchises na to, hindi dapat sa Kongreso. Kasi, dyan nabubuhay yung oligarchy. Yung mga rent-seeking, dapat, lahat ng franchises, finite public resource yan. Dapat, katulad ng sa Singapore, ina-open yan for auction. Sa Singapore, limitado yung number of vehicles. Bago ka makabili ng kotse, kailangan meron ka muna parang franchise.
Parang Macau Casino. Open for auction.
So, auction yung Ganun din yung bandwidth, kailangan auction yan. Otherwise, hindi mamamatay itong oligarkya. And talaga ito, we're doing the public a disservice by using the abs-cbn spin na mawala ng trabaho yung mga yung loss of jobs cannot be more important than obeying the law. So, yun ang palagay ko. Ewan ko kayo.
I agree with that. Kasi pag pinalusot mo itong PDR as an excuse to go around the limitation, kalimutan mo na yung limitation of ownership of land, certain retail trade. Meron mga tayo na ang requirement, 100%. Kasi if you put up a share company with a capitalization of 1 million, and then 60% is owned by another company, that will issue 100 million worth of PDRs. Sa lahat. So, hindi lang ito media. That's why I'm saying, hindi ganun kasimple ang problema. Ngayon, sino lang makakapagdasalba dyan? Supreme Court lang. Even Congress cannot do that. Because you have to remember, Congress, policy and law. Implementation, executive. Pag hindi nagkasundo yung dalawa, Supreme Court. Anything that relates to the interpretation of the constitutional provision, Supreme Court lang. And anybody, you read the Constitution, makapagpapay lang ng pumarang to, resolve them. Kanila. Right now. So, katulad na sinasabi nila, hindi pwede gawin yun, pinag-uusapan pa namin yung franchise. Bakit hindi ba nag-impeachment trial na sila kay Chief Justice Sereno nung nag-file ng co-warrant to? Magkaiba kasi yung issue eh. Ang issue sa co-warrant to, by what right? Anong key mo na nag-Supreme Court Justice ka? Anong key mo na mag-operate ka sa media? Hindi ka pala 100%. So whether Congress grants a franchise or not, to you, Pag nanalo yung question na hindi ka 100% Filipino, game over. Ayun, meron pang isang tanong at which I heard Soldier kanina ask. If your principle daw ng batas ito, if you're prohibited to do something directly, how can you be allowed to do it indirectly? Di wala nang makakabawal. Di ba? Bawal pala eh. Kasi I'll go through him. Pagdadaanin ko sa kanya yung pera, and I do what I'm not doing. That is the essence. Kaya magkahiwala yan. But again, tama naman yung aking kababayan here, we should not oversimplify the issue. This is not an issue of abs-cbn alone. This is an issue of a provision in our Constitution. Until we change that, that is our Constitution. Now, galing din ako sa Kongreso. Deliberative body and laws. Now, I sympathize for abs-cbn. 4 na taon takbo programa dyan. Pero as Mr. Marcos said, talagang ganyan eh. Nagbago ng panahon, tama rin ang sinasabi ng aking isang kababayan dito, ba't sila nakikialam na hindi na negosyo? Because that is also, I was wondering, ba't nakasama sa kawaran ko yun? Because there is a provision in the Constitution against monopoly. There is a provision in the Constitution on franchise. Franchise, tama siya. Isang entitlement, isang franchise. Anong ginawa nila? Bumili sila ng mga kumpanya na may franchise. Pero kailangan pala.
Yung pala ang position nila.
Kailangan pala. Kailangan pala. Pag bumili ka ng franchise, pag pinasok mo rin sa nanay, pagpaalam mo sa kumpanya. Ayun ang sinasabi sa kawa. Hindi ka tumaan sa lamang. Sa kanila naman, pinasok mo yung may charging pay. Mamamatay naman sila. Yan ang reklamo nila. Yan ngayon ang masasalubong, sabi na ni ating katabi rito, pag nag-hearing ng Kongreso, ay actually mag-hearing daw sa Senado, yun entitled to give you
And the Senate will start meeting.
on the 27th.
Yes. So you will be there. You will go there to the Senate.
Yes, Senate and Congress.
Baka may tanong ang media, we have maybe a few more questions just in case. Anybody in media who would like to ask maybe 1 or 2 more questions? Ay, talaga ko ubos ang time. Yes, may tanong ng media, yes. Kapitan. Yes. Editors of the largest tabloid. Bulgars.
Ang question ko po, since kung totoo pong may na-violate ang abs-cbn sa mga batas, hindi po ba pwedeng i-penalize na lang sila rather than it goes totally in network?
Legally, is it possible daw?
Okay, dapat i-penalize sila. Nung nagreklamo kami sa NTC na nag-advertise sila ng Mayweather Pacquiao fight, pay TV yun. Pay TV yun. So nagreklamo kami. Pinadalan sila ng tulad ng NTC at abs-cbn to stop showing Manny Pacquiao fight. Andito.
Okay, so mga kaibigan, yan po natunghayan nyo, napanood nyo, napakinggan yung pong nangyaring talakayan. So kayo na po ang bahalang magbigay ng reaksyon ng inyong opinion kung tama ba yung mga sinabi ng mga guest doon po sa Pandesal Forum at kung nararapat ba. No? Magboto na kayo kung tama bang wag lang bigyan ng prangkisa. Sabi nga, kung halimbawa raw ang iniisip nyo yung teleserye dyan na Cardo, wag po kayo mag-alala dahil kung gusto nila ituloy yan, pwede naman nilang i-airing pero magbabayad na sila doon sa Cable Association of the Philippines, doon po kay Ma'am Estrelita dahil sila doon nagbabayad bakit ang abs-cbn hindi nagbabayad. So kayo na po ang bahalang umusga at kayo po ang bahalang magpalawak ng inyong pangunawa kung ano po ang tama at mali po. Bueno mga kaibigan, pansamantala po magpapaalam muna ako inyong lingkod. Muli ako po inyong lingkod, Rocel Lopez, dito pa rin sa programang Utol, Usapin, Talakayin, Opinyon, Lilinawin, dito lang sa Spear Cyber TV. At muli po tayo magbabalik sa araw ng Lunes. At syempre, nakasama pa rin natin sa technical side si Joshua Mendoza. So magandang hapon Pilipinas, hasta la vista.
Usapin, talakayin, opinyon, lilinawin kasama si Rocel Lopez, umaarangkada sa Spear Cyber TV. Mga OFWs, gusto nyo bang malibang at makibalita sa mga nangyayari sa Pilipinas? Samahan si Tita Lou Medina.
Yung problema matagal na, kaya po yung impression na nakikreate ay inaccurate.
Hello Philippines! Hello world!
Homesick ka lang ba o talagang masama ang pakiramdam?
Masama po talaga ang pakiramdam ko. Kung homesick ko, napaglalabanan po talaga. Kasama na po talaga yung pag umalis ka.
Samahan si Tita Lou Medina. Sama-sama nating pag-usapan ang inyong mga karanasan abroad.
Communication ang pinakamaganda dyan. Mag-usap kayo sa pinadadala mo. Dapat yung kung nagkapagkasya, kung nasa Pilipinas ka, mapapagkasya padadala mo. So magkano po ba ang dapat yung ipadala? Depende po sa sweldo nyo. Kasi pag nag-abroad ka, ang naging problema ng OFW na family, iniisip nila, ang tatay ko, ang kapatid ko, o sino pa man naging OFW, naging mataas na po ang standard of living nila.
Madaling sabihin yan ng mga malaki ang sahod. Pero ang sahod lang ng isang domestic worker ay 20 to 24,000 pesos monthly. Wala daw silang maiipon.
Basta ikaw, OFW ang bida rito.
Tapos tinitingnan niya kung binabawasan ko ba o ano. Kasi one time po na nagluto ako ng kanin, syempre po gutom na ako kasi walang pagkain. Itulog pa sila maghapon. Kaya gutom na talaga ako. Nagnakaw po talaga ako ng bigas. Kasi
Hello Philippines!